Alongside me is someone who you cannot categorize anything else but being right arm fast. Familiar face on the cricket circuit, Dale Steyn's with us. Dale, good to have you on India today, and you're here to promote GoPro, so let me start with that. I believe you did a round of Mumbai, a bit of an adventure ride with the GoPro. Tell us what to expect.
Yeah, yesterday we arrived in Mumbai, actually arrived the night before, and we did some tourist stuff yesterday, filmed it all on the GoPro, took the local taxi, took the local buses and the trains, and hit some of the more like favorite touristy spots. So yeah, look out for the video to drop soon. It's going to be pretty fun.
Yeah, should be fun. You are a bit of an adventure freak in any case. But you're coming through a tough series, but there is a lot of interest around the upcoming India-England series in India. I want to pick up your quick thoughts on that. What kind of, I mean, you also played the county circuit this season. What sort of wickets could one anticipate, you think, for this series? And in that sense, how do you see the series going?
Well, I'll go back to Hampshire after this. I actually fly back there tomorrow, and I've got some 2020, and then finish off the season with the 4-day games. And my experience so far was that when I arrived there 2 months ago, the wickets were pretty flat, good for batting, and tough for bowling. I think I think that's going to be the difference between India and England. I think with India losing Bhuvi for a first couple and Bumrah, yeah, it's going to be they're going to struggle a little bit. I reckon you need that kind of experience and someone of his class and quality, and I think that might be the tipping scale between England and India. I think England's bowling will just tip India, and it's going to be high run scoring 5 test matches, but I think the bowling from England will just tip India.
I mean, you played enough seasons of IPL to know Indian bowling. With Bumrah missing, who had this good debut tour of South Africa in Test cricket, and Bhuvi with his experience, how big a factor is that for India to rely on an Umesh Shami and Ishant Sharma? Do you see them being able to cover up for the two guys that are missing?
Well, Ishant's been playing some first-class cricket there. Shami's a good bowler. Yadav, I don't know if Yadav is there. He's got some good pace behind him, so if they use him well and Virat uses him like I know he will in short bursts, they will do fine. But it's going to be tough, you know. And I think, like I said, I think England's bowling is probably just tipping India's at the moment, and that might be the difference in terms of who wins and loses the series, especially over 5 test matches. It didn't spin that much when we were there. They were pretty flat, so you need good pace or good skill. And England's bowlers are pretty used to that kind of stuff. So I think that will be the difference.
Some would say Anderson getting on a bit. Do you see Anderson and Broad being the same bowlers that they have been over the years as they look ahead to their series?
The game will always move forward, you know. It doesn't wait for anybody in terms of age or anything like that. But I think Anderson's skills will always be there. He'll swing the new ball. He'll contain really well. He doesn't go at 3.5 or 4 runs and over. So he's a great asset to have in the side, and especially in England. If you look at his record, he's fantastic. So age means nothing when it comes to that. And Broad has always been there and done well with the ball. Every Ashes that he bowls in, albeit against Australia, and there seems to be like this little bit more of a spring in their step when they play against Australia, but Broad is a fantastic bowler in those conditions, so I don't think there's going to be any problem with their age or whether they're getting on or anything like that. Their skills are exceptional, and they know exactly what to do in those conditions.
The one big hope from the Indian point of view perhaps is if the wicket are a little dry, the odd test match, and particularly with the heat, perhaps the spinners can come into play. Do you see them being a factor with the kind of wickets one can anticipate? Kuldeep with his wrist spin, Ashwin with his experience.
Well, Ashwin will be the bigger key. I think Kuldeep is still new right now, so although he does really well in the shorter format, when you ask someone to do well in a 5-day test match, it's a completely different thing. You know, he needs to bowl with attacking fields for longer periods of time, whereas in one-day cricket he can have the field a little bit more spread, and he has the freedom to kind of run in and just bowl and do his thing. Ashwin's going to be the key for them because he's got amazing control and some great experience. But then again, if it's not turning right arm off spinner to the likes of Jasprit, Johnny Bairstow, and all the other right-handers, they could look to take him down, especially with their lack of fast bowlers that they've got. So it's going to be a tough tour for India, but they've got some amazing batting, and if they do well with the bat and they apply enough pressure with the ball, you never know.
We saw you getting past Pujara in the recent season in county cricket. He's having a bit of an indifferent time in England, and there's also talk with Rahul doing well perhaps. Can there be a case for dropping Pujara from the playing 11 with what he brings to the side in this form?
I don't know the Indian team too well at the moment. I don't know who the touring side is. Pujara's been a rock for them for a long time. He can bat for heavy, long periods of time, and he can accumulate good runs. And then you've got the likes of someone like KL, who's exciting and can score really quickly, but doesn't have that experience and that patience, so to speak, you know. But yeah, like I said, you know, as long as Virat's there, he's a bit of a master, you know, and he kind of knows what he wants, and he gets the best out of his players. He's quite an aggressive captain, and he likes to win, so he'll pick teams to win Test matches. So that's going to be the exciting thing for India.
As an opponent, do you see Pujara having any technical issues when you see of what you've seen, you know, playing against him?
He looked pretty good when he played against us. I did get him out twice though, but he was good. I thought he was good. His technique is great. In the second innings in the 4-day game that we played, I think he got 50, knuckled down, got his runs. So yeah, I think he's fine. But I don't know the side. I don't know what form they're all in at the moment, so I can't really comment.
Finally, your thoughts on Virat Kohli. I mean, the only reason people you know, look at this as being a challenging series for him, because the last time he went to England, he had a horrid series. He averaged 13, but that was about 4 years back. This is the different Virat Kohli. How do you see him faring as a captain, as a batsman?
He'll do fine. He's a good player, you know, a determined player, and I think when people write him off as the biggest mistake. If you write someone off like Virat Kohli, he will come back and he will bite you where you don't want to get bitten. So he'll be fine.
Finally, predictions for the series. You can be honest with and the Indian cricket fans won't mind. How do you see it going, a 5-test series?
Yeah, I can't predict an outcome in terms of like games, like whether it's 3-2 or whatever. But I think England will just pip India. Just from the bowling point of view, I think England will just have the forces to pip India in this one.
My final question, Dale Steyn coming off a tough series, but on the brink of this big South Africa red cord, how do you look at your future?
Yeah, look, I've had 2 years off. It's been a great 2 years. I think I've been able to engage with fans a lot more. That's why we're here, you know, with GoPro. I've had that time to be able to do that, bridge the gap between player and fan a little bit. So that was fantastic, those 2 years. A lot of people look at it and go, oh, he was injured for a long period of time, but I actually look at it as something that I kind of needed, you know. I went 12 years without having a break, so it was quite nice to have that break. But yeah, back into cricket now. I'm very excited to see what the future holds, especially after the World Cup next year. Hopefully I can get into that side. And then just kind of take it from there, and who knows what holds life after cricket. It could be in 4 years, it could be in 5 years, I can't tell, but there's a lot of excitement right now. I'm in India for the first time in 2 years, doing some crazy things, and we'll see where we go from here.
That wicket 422 or a 100-test landmark, is that on mind?
Look, I just want to play, you know. I think records will come, and you know, all the other things will just follow if you're just playing cricket, you know. I've never really worried about records or anything like that. Unfortunately, this is something that I can't get away from. It's going to be put in my face every time I go out there to bowl right now. But I'm one away. I should be fine. I should get there the next test.
Thanks, Virat. Go well.
Thank you.